Hey, shuckalaka kapow, how's it going, old schoolers? You're kicking it, old school Russell JS, and I'm your host, Russell JS. This is a special album battle royale, track versus track. Hold on a sec. Oh, excuse me for that. Anyway, what this is Thursday was the birthday, the 60th birthday, or what people will say would have been the 60th birthday of Pantera co-founder, lead guitarist / Damageplan co-founder, lead guitarist Dimebag Darrell Lance Abbott. You know what? It was his birthday Thursday, and despite the fact he was shot dead on stage that fateful night in Columbus, Ohio in 2004, ironically and coincidentally enough, 24 years to the day that John Lennon was killed. You know what? Dimebag still lives through the music, and so does his brother. So I'm putting a Pantera album against the Damageplan album. Let's see, what better Pantera album than the legendary debut from 1990, Cowboys from Hell versus Damageplan, Newfound Power. Now, this is a classic 90s thrash masterpiece that came out even before the Black Album. And this right here is where Dime and Vinny kind of went, I guess they went their separate ways with Rex and Phil Anselmo. And they decided not to continue on as Pantera. And, I kind of get what they were saying, but however, I always thought they should have continued on as Pantera despite they would have a new frontman and a new bass player. I mean, you look at bands over the years where, co-founding members had left and been replaced. I mean, think about this. Mark Evans was replaced by Cliff Williams in AC/DC, and 2 years later, due to Bon Scott's untimely death, Bon Scott would be replaced by Brian Johnson. And then a couple years after that, drummer Phil Rudd would be replaced by Simon Wright, who would later be replaced by Chris Slade. Look at the history of Kiss. I mean, when Ace Frehley and Peter Criss left the band the first time around in 1980 and 83, respectively, first they had Eric Carr, who had stayed with the band from the time he joined in 1980 up until his untimely death in 1991, just a day before Freddie Mercury died. And Vinnie Vincent would be with Kiss for about a year as the lead guitarist, and then he'd be replaced by Mark St. John, who would be replaced by Bruce Kulick, and Bruce Kulick stayed with the band for a decade until the big reunion tour. And then you think about it, after I think it was after 3 albums, Tommy Ramone left the Ramones and was replaced on drums by Marky. And then by 1989, Dee Dee, 89 or 90, Dee Dee would leave the band and be replaced by CJ. And the thing is, I always thought, in a sense, that these guys should continue on. But, Pantera, I guess they wanted to be different. So they recruited Bob Zilla on bass and Pat Latchman on vocals. And they made Damageplan, Newfound Power. But, even though the band was good and it was tight and, that album is awesome, I still say they should have continued on as Pantera. But hey, what do I know? It's not my choice. I'm only in control of what's up in here and not outside events. I'm being a little stoic right there. But without further ado, and remember, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit a like, subscribe, leave comments in that box down below, ring the bell for notifications for future videos. And as always, tell your mom, your friends, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa, your cousins, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband or wife, your teachers, your supervisors, your coworkers, your your roommates, your classmates, your pets, your cellmates, anybody who likes to kick it old school. So now, without further ado, let's see how these bad Oscars rank out, shall we? Now, Damageplan Newfound Power has 14 tracks, and Pantera Cowboys from Hell, originally released, had 12 tracks, but I borrowed from the demos The Will to Survive and from the studio track Where You Come From Official Live 101. So now, to go ahead and, we got 2 albums with 14 tracks to boot. So let's see how these bad Oscars rank out, shall we? Okay, in the case of Cowboys from Hell versus Damageplan Newfound Power. Cowboys from Hell versus Wake Up. Man, those are both good tracks, so I got to give them each a point. I mean, Cowboys from Hell is a classic. Primal Concrete Sledge versus Breathing New Life. I cannot deny Primal Concrete Sledge, and Breathing New Life represents what Dime and Vinny were going through when they started this band, so I am giving them both a point. Psycho Holiday versus Newfound Power, the title track. Again, another tie, which, you know what that means? It's 3 ties in a row, so gotta flip it. Heads, it's gonna go to Psycho Holiday. Tails, Newfound Power, and I'm just gonna let it land on the thing. And the winner goes to Newfound Power from Damageplan. So Damageplan takes the point from that tiebreaker. And I think there's going to be a lot of ties on this, too. Okay, Heresy versus Pride. Once again, heads, Heresy, tails, Pride. All right, it skidded this way. Let's see where it landed. And I'm going to flip it to where it landed. And the winner right here, once again, Damageplan takes the point for that. Okay. Number 5. Ooh, Cemetery Gates versus You. I thought You was okay, I'll say it. I thought Fuck You was a lame song. I mean, Pat Latchman, what was he thinking when he penned that? So therefore, Cemetery Gates takes the point there. Domination versus Reborn. We got another coin flip. Heads, Domination. Tails, Reborn. That was kind of a dud. Another dud. Here we go. 3rd time's a charm. And the winner is right here. I already know the winner, but there's where it landed. Heads. Domination takes the lead. All right, they're now tied, except for one thing. Shattered versus Explode. I'm sorry, Explode had to go ahead and take that point there. Clash with Reality versus Save Me. Again, that's going to be another win for Damageplan. And let's see. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, hold on. I didn't read that right. Let me go ahead and say this. Clash with Reality versus Save Me. That's going to be another one because I didn't read that right. That's my mistake. Heads, Clash with Reality. Tails, Save Me. Hold on a second. And the winner is Clash with Reality. All right, let's see. Medicine Man versus Cold Blooded. I went with Medicine. Cold Blood is okay, but I have to go with Medicine Man. All right, Message in Blood versus Crawl. Once again, Crawl is okay, but I love Message in Blood better. So Pantera takes that. The Sleep versus Blink of an Eye. Well, what can I say? This is going to be another tiebreaker. The Sleep versus... Oh, wait, no. No, it doesn't. My bad. Again. Whew, you're going to have to forgive me. You know, it's like working so hard in that heat, you know. Okay, let's see. The Art of Shredding versus Blunt Force Trauma. Oh boy, this is going to hurt, but I'm letting fate decide. It's going to be a stroke of fate. And the winner goes to Tails, Blunt Force Trauma. Oh, wait. Yeah, Blunt Force Trauma. Okay, number 13. The Will to Survive versus Moment of Truth. Here we go, the unreleased track. Heads, The Will to Survive, and tails, The Moment of Truth. Ooh, that was a good one. And the winner is The Will to Survive. Now, we'll come down to the last tracks, and let me tell you, these are really good ones, too. Where You Come From is an awesome track. Soul Bleed, the last track off the Damageplan album, is my favorite. I love how they ended that album. I mean, especially after, Dime had passed on, it was like, it's one of those songs where I just listened to that guitar riff that Dime is doing, and it's just sad. I mean, here we go. Heads, Where You Come From. Tails, Soul Bleed. And the winner for this one is, and this is a stroke of fate, this is gonna hurt, Heads, Where You Come From. So right there, here is the final score. We got Pantera Cowboys from Hell with Damageplan, Newfound Power. Cowboys from Hell has 10 points. Damageplan, Newfound Power has got 6 points. So right here. See, there you have it. Cowboys from Hell, winner. And you know what? I want to go ahead and say a good thing about Dimebag Darrell. Happy birthday to 60 years of Dime. I mean, sure, he left this world too soon, but you know what? He's still alive in the music, and he left us with such awesome music to listen to, and we got the music forever. And like his tombstone reads, until we meet again. And that's all the time I got for this video. And remember, I got some more videos to make too. And remember, keep it fresh, keep it chill, keep it cool, keep kicking it old school. Listen to old school music, watch old school movies, play old school video games, watch old school TV shows. Get you enough of love, get you enough of peace, get you enough of tranquility, get you enough of less drama, no drama, less chaos, no chaos. Just keep kicking it old school. And your old pal Russell JS wishes you always Godspeed. May the force be with you always. And shakalaka kapow!